What's going on, everybody? Welcome back. Wrestling Mances here, that's right. AEW Dynamite, what a show. Texas Death Match. Adam Hangman Page defending his title in a killer of a match against the Murder Hawk monster, Lance Archer. We got a dream tag team match, CM Punk and Jon Moxley. Wow, dang. That's right, he was there going up against FTR as CM Punk looked to gain another rematch against MJF. We had Jade Cargill defending her title in an open challenge and so much more. And the debut of not only but Limitless, Keith Lee, and Switchblade Jay White. That's right. The former IWGP Heavyweight Champion was in attendance at Dynamite. What a show it was. Let's do this. Let's talk about AEW Dynamite, shall we? Let's kick it off. How they kicked it off with Wardlow coming to the ring, bringing out cutouts. Basically, he is like the Pinnacle's bitch boy, basically, being made to look like a fool by MJF, basically his slave, doing what he wants him to do. We got Wardlow in the ring, putting up these cutouts of MJF after MJF's fantastic victory in a fantastic match last week against CM Punk in Chicago. Yes, it was debatable, and there were, let's say, dubious circumstances to how MJF won the match, but he got the victory. And looking forward, he's got to be up there as one of the contenders now for the AEW World Heavyweight Championship in the near future. It has to happen. So Wardlow's in the ring. He gives a script to Justin Roberts, and Justin Roberts has to read it out, and out comes FTR, introduces them and Tully Blanchard. Out comes Sean Spears. He gets an introduction. Poor old Wardlow, bitch boy, just in the ring, having to do all the dirty work as per. And then the great entrance, the music hits. It's MJF, man. Maxwell, Jacob Freeman, and what an entrance tonight on a palanquin, whatever that is. He was being carried out like on a throne, and it was brilliant. Got in the ring, cut an usual MJF promo, and then a bit of a flat interruption from CM Punk. No music, no. Look in my eyes, 1, 2, 3. A quarter pounder with extra cheese. You know what I mean? Where was that, man? Nowhere. I was like, oh, what? That was a bit flat, but he came out anyway. And wants a rematch with MJF, of course. Sounded like, but it got a bit confusing a little bit. He was like, I want a rematch with the person that beat me. He actually wants to fight Wardlow, but no, it's actually MJF who's going to get a match with. I'm guessing at the next pay-per-view. Out came Darby Allin and Sting for some reason with baseball bats. It looked like they were going to go to the ring. I thought we were going to get a brawl, but no. Setting up a tag team match for later in the night, and it can't be Darby Allin or Sting. It has to be someone else, and we know who that person is. He's a wild thing. And Wardlow was in the first match of the night, and for me, Blade is okay, but this match shouldn't have gone as long as it did. I thought Wardlow should have won it quite easily. It went too long. He should have just destroyed the geezer in a matter of minutes. It took far too long, this match. Was a bit flat, to be honest with you. It got to a point where it was like, this is boring now. Can we end this? Because there was no point to the match, really. Both guys are supposedly heels, well, as Wardlow maybe is teasing a turn, but it was just a flat match. Sean Spears came out at the end for no reason and hit Blade with a chair. There was no Hardy faction in support of Blade at all. Where were they? It was just probably a bit of a flat way to kick off the show, really, the first match, I felt. After the opening segment fell flat, this just was even more flatter, basically. The show was about to fall off a cliff, basically, in my opinion. There Then we got the Inner Circle meeting. And in a way, this is like, we're doing things that people actually like think about. Like, is Jericho holding back Santana and Ortiz? In my opinion, I'm a big Jericho fan. Met Chris Jericho, is a nice guy, but read all his books and I've been a fan of his for years. But in my opinion, yes, in the last year or so, he has been holding back the likes of Santana, Ortiz, and Sammy Guevara from really going out there and being top wrestlers in this company. Big names. Sammy Guevara has proven in the last couple of months that he deserves to be up as one of the best, as one of the pillars of AEW. And Jericho at times is just holding back and made him fight his fights and being involved in these stupid feuds with the likes of MJF in a circle against the Pinnacle, and then with all the stuff with Dan Lambert, and just got ridiculous. And yeah, I wanted better from the likes of Sammy Guevara, Santana, and Ortiz. They deserve to be fighting and winning tag team titles. There's a decent tag team division in AEW, and they haven't really been anywhere near the top of it for a very long time. I can't remember the last time they had a tag team match, let alone a title match. I mean, it was getting to the point where I was like, well, this is just stupid. They're just lackeys of Jericho doing what Jericho wants them to do. He's holding them back. And I'm glad that they're looking to split this group up. Those three deserve to be better off and away from Chris Jericho and making names for themselves. They don't need Chris Jericho. Chris Jericho needs them, in my opinion. Chris Jericho is coming to a point where his career is winding down, really. There's not much more he can do. He's won it all. He's done it all. He's a decent commentator. Could get better, in my opinion, but yeah, I think it's about time that we saw the end of the Inner Circle. That's my opinion. Face of the Revolution was next. Who was going to be facing one of who's the geezer from the HFO? I can't remember his name now. Hang on a minute. What's his name? Isaac Cassidy, that's it. There we go. Isaac Cassidy. I always get those two mixed up. Mark Quinn and Isaac Cassidy. Isaiah Cassidy, sorry. These guys, they never really feature that much. That's the problem. They're stuck in some bullshit faction with Matt Hardy, and they're just kept held down. Other people that are held down by old legends of the past, like looking to keep their spot, keep their name out there. The same as Jericho is holding down young talent, so is Matt Hardy. He's just as guilty. I mean, yeah, they're trying to help them shine. No, they don't need him. They really don't. Not Matt Hardy, anyway. It's just getting in the way. Isaiah Cassidy and Mark Quinn are very talented performers, and they don't need Matt Hardy, in my opinion. They were very good without him. They've got worse. They've gone backwards. Private Party, they were entertaining when they first came in. Now with Matt Hardy, he's just ruined them. Absolutely ruined them. And just before we got the match to see who was going to be facing Isaiah Cassidy, we got a backstage bit with Roppongi Vice. Roppongi Vice. Yeah, I used to like them in New Japan when I used to watch that. So I'm glad they're here in AEW, and I'm looking forward to seeing more matches of theirs. They're going up against the Young Bucks on Friday, which should be very good. Always had good matches with Roppongi Vice and the Young Bucks, so I'm looking forward to that one. And then out of nowhere, the Young Bucks jump Roppongi Vice with Adam Cole. And then out of nowhere, we get another debut. All of a sudden, Switchblade Jay White is in the building, ladies and gentlemen. The Switchblade. Gotta say, I did mark out a little bit. Big fan of his. New Japan. A great, great get from Tony Khan. IWGP Heavyweight Champion, former IWGP Heavyweight Champion, Switchblade Jay White in the building on AEW. I can't wait to see what he's going to be up to. Big get, big get from AEW there. But then the match, Isaiah Cassidy, face of the Revolution match, whatever that is, I don't know. Who's going to be facing him? Who could it be? Could only be one person only. It's Keith Lee. Limitless. That's right, my guy Keith Lee. I'm so happy he is in AEW now and away from that crap that he had to deal. Bearcat. Do you remember that Bearcat, Keith Lee? Oh my God. Thank goodness. Thank goodness he's somewhere he's going to be appreciated and the spotlight's going to be on him and he's going to be a hell of a superstar, a hell of a wrestler. Sorry, not a superstar, a wrestler. I can't wait. I can't wait to see what happens with Keith Lee in AEW. Another great get by Tony Khan. He's in the transfer market again, ladies and gentlemen. Even though the football one's shut for him with Fulham, the wrestling transfer market stays open 24/7, 365. And Tony Khan gets himself a great signing here in Keith Lee. WWE dropped the ball with this one, and they dropped the ball so many. They've dropped so many balls over the years. This one, though, Keith Lee, right up there, a great talent. And I can't wait to see what happens with Keith Lee. He's going to be challenging Sammy Guevara for the TNT Championship down the road, maybe the World Championship in the future. Who knows? Who knows what could happen? The future is limitless for Keith Lee in AEW. And AEW is limitless. What a match it was. Keith Lee just absolutely destroyed Cassidy. Good match. I thought, again, he gave a little bit too much to Isaiah Cassidy. I would have liked to see Keith Lee just absolutely squash the geezer because he's going nowhere in this faction with Matt Hardy. So, singles match, Keith Lee should have just absolutely dominated him. Gave him a little bit too much, in my opinion. Then, look in my eyes, what do you see? A quarter pounder with extra cheese. It's CM Punk with the wow bang. Jon Moxley is his tag team partner going up against FTR. A dream tag team match, you've got to admit, all day long. A good tag team match. Enjoyable. FTR, a great team. Fantastic. One of the best tag teams in the world at the moment. One of. I mean, this tag team division in AEW is fantastic, but there is just one tag team missing. Just one. And they need to man up and bring them in. Tony Khan. Man up and bring the Briscoes to AEW, please. Man up. Bring them boys. And show us FTR versus the Briscoes. That's what we all want. That's what we need. Just do it, man. Just do it. But this tag team match, like I said, dream tag team match, a great tag team match. And you knew that what was going to happen, really. The outcome had to be CM Punk getting the victory, had to be CM Punk getting his rematch against MJF. I'm guessing at Revolution. It's going to be a good one. I can't wait. A very good match. The first match between the two of them was fantastic last week. One of the best matches I've seen on TV for many, many years. One of the best matches I've ever seen. A great match. And I can't wait for the rematch. But I've got to say, I did like the tag team event, CM Punk and Jon Moxley, but I was surprised that Bryan Danielson wasn't anywhere in and around, because him and Jon Moxley looking like they're going to be doing something together. So I was surprised that he didn't get involved at some point and try and do something. Jade Cargill defended a TBS championship, that bitch show championship, against a woman I've never heard of before. Don't know much about AQA. But I was impressed. Supposedly she's trained by Booker T, so she's going to be, that guy right there, Booker T, my guy, Booker T. She's going to be decent, and she was really good. It was a good match. Jade Cargill, yes, people have said she's green, but she's getting better. She's improving. Every time I see her, she's getting better and better. Finisher is the Glam Slam, so can't complain. Big up Beth Phoenix. But yeah, it was a good match. Decent match. Jade Cargill, yeah, like I said, she's getting better and better. She looks amazing. She stands out from the crowd. You would notice her when she's walking down the street. And compared to other female wrestlers who just, they don't stand up. She does. The way she looks, the way she moves, her athleticism. It's just, she's completely different from many, many other wrestlers. She can actually look over the top rope. She's one for the future. She's going to get better and she's going to improve and get even better. So I'm looking like she could be a solid part of the women's division for AEW. It is getting a lot better, I must admit. It was poor for a long time. I saw tonight her match and Serena Deeb also in a match tonight. Didn't last very long. She was going up against Katie Arquette, niece or daughter of David Arquette, former WCW champion, I believe. I don't know. I'm only joking. Yeah, but if she is, she didn't think like her dad or uncle, whatever he is. What would King do? Do you know what I mean? WWKD. That's what he would have done. He would have done something more than she did. She lasted about a minute. Jimmy King would have lasted a bit longer than that against Serena Deeb. But Serena Deeb, in all seriousness, I enjoy her. I don't know about her being a heel. I think she could actually help Jade Cargill. Jade Cargill needs someone with experience to help her have a good feud with someone. And the only person I can look at when I look at the women's division in AEW is quite light still. And she is someone like Serena Deeb would be someone who could help Jade Cargill have a very good match and have a very good feud. But they're not going to go that way at the moment because they're both heels and it just wouldn't work. I mean, those two, and Britt Baker are probably the three just like standouts of the AEW women's division. Yeah, you got a couple of Japanese women wrestlers that are okay. Other than that, though, Ruby Soho is all right. Other than that, it's a bit slim pickings, really. They do need to beef it up a little bit more in the women's division, get a couple of more names in there through the door. That's where I would like to see them strengthen a little bit more in AEW, is their women's division. It does need a couple more names. There are a few out there that it could go and get quite easily that are free agents at the moment that, like I said, it's unbelievable that they are free agents considering who is signed up and who is working for wrestling companies when the talent of free agents out there is unbelievable in the women's sector. Anyway, that was pretty much all the women's action for tonight. We got to the AEW World Championship match. And I do like Texas Death matches and all these matches, but to have one just thrown out there first time, like these two have met and it's already a Texas Death match, it makes the match mean less, in my opinion. Having these lights out matches, Texas Death matches, all these other sort of matches just all the time, they just starting to mean nothing if you have them so much. I mean, it wasn't that long ago before we had another Texas Death match. I mean, we've had quite a few in AEW and lights out matches. It's supposed to be, those sort of matches are supposed to be the ends of big feuds. That's how you finish a feud with a big match like this, not just have them out of nowhere on a normal TV show. While it was a brilliant match, I mean, I can't complain. They both beat the shit out of each other. It was unbelievable. Don't get me wrong, I did enjoy it. There were some great moments, especially Jake the Snake Roberts taking me back to my childhood when he was about to drop Hangman Page with a DDT. It just took me back to him like DDT and Dragon Steamboat on the floor. Do you remember those ones? But you youngers wouldn't remember that. But it was a good match. But like I said, it could have been saved for time down. They could have built this feud up a bit more, maybe. But I'm guessing it was just a single match for, give Lance Archer a shot, let Hangman Page get absolutely destroyed and show that he can fight back through adversity and move him on to the next challenger, which is going to be obviously, baby, bang, Adam Cole, baby. But good match. But I felt they could have built up to this a little bit more. It could have waited down the road, maybe done a little bit more with Lance Archer, but I suppose it was decent, and I did enjoy the match itself, but like I said, they can't keep doing these matches over and over and over again. They just mean less and less every time you do it. So that's my only gripe really with that. But other than that, great match, good finish to the show. Adam Cole coming out, putting the title on Adam Hangman Page. I'm guessing we're going to see those two at Revolution. I can't see them doing it any sooner. Why would you not have that as a pay-per-view match? That's money right there, in my opinion. Adam Cole is money. I mean, we heard him last week saying, yeah, you're going to see the real Adam Cole. And I haven't seen Adam Cole yet. He's been fucking around with the Young Bucks and doing stupid shit with Orange Cassidy and the Best Friends. And it's just been boring and bullshit. I mean, he had a match with Uno the other night, which was okay, but it's Uno. Do you know what I mean? I'd like to see the real Adam Cole, the Adam Cole we've wanted. The Adam Cole we love from NXT, you know, that Adam Cole. We haven't seen it yet. His run so far in AEW has been disappointing. I would like to see him have a good match. And I don't expect him to win the title against Page, but I do expect a good match. Why not have him win the title? And then maybe drop it back to Page at a later date. They can do that sort of stuff. But it was an enjoyable show overall. I'm going to be try and doing every week, every Dynamite, because it's the only show I enjoy every week, bar like a little bit of other show. Like I enjoy little bits of other shows, but not a whole show. Like AEW, I usually enjoy the full 2 hours. Like Dynamite every week is fantastic. The other shows they do okay. Rampage is decent. It's only an hour, so I'm not a big fan of the Dark and whatever other one Innovation they have on YouTube. I've tried to watch them, but no, it's not for me. This was really good. This was a really good show. Did enjoy it. Let me know what you think down below. Please follow. Please like, subscribe. Go check us out on Twitter. We always get wrestling fans. We'll always get a follow back. And I'm out of here. See you next time, guys. Stay lucky.